Let's head out to the Outer Banks. Last September, we spoke with the owners of the Atlantic Inn on Hatteras Island. During that interview, the first-time owners of the nearly 100-year-old historic inn were preparing for Hurricane Erin and bracing for their first storm season on Hatteras Island.
Purchasing the Atlantic Inn last Thursday, there's been a lot of outside prep, bringing furniture in. I'm taking a lot of video. Katie, our daughter, and her boyfriend Mitch are still on property. They're going to stay through the storm on property to keep watching it and posting videos for us as well.
We canceled all the reservations from this weekend, and we've rescheduled them all for hopefully next week. Hopefully the island will be open back up.
And going to be keeping us all up to date as hopefully everything comes through and we're scathed with minimal damage, but we'll keep everybody up to date.
Now, after making it through a full hurricane season, they're back to share what they've learned and the steps they've taken to persevere one of the Outer Banks' most historic properties as we dive deeper into the hurricane season.
So joining us now with an update on the historic Atlantic Inn, we have owners Holly and Jason Andrzejewski joining us here on Weather Command and taking us back to a year ago. I guess, appreciate both of you sharing your time to update. But also, what were some of the biggest impacts, and what are you still dealing with even today when it comes to some of that damage and recovery?
From the damage point, we didn't sustain a lot of damage here at the inn, but it was just preparation, taking over the inn and realizing a 100-year-old building had a lot of hands in a lot of the past repairs and remodel, and taking the steps that we needed and redoing the underpinning. That was a huge undertaking, and replacing actually 26 floor joists and doing so on the main level. So that really shored up the foundation of the building in preparation for any future storms.
Also some windows.
Also some windows. Well, and Holly, elaborate on it too, because I think that you hate to say it, but sometimes the best experience is going through it and seeing what, we didn't consider this, especially with the historic place like the inn. I wonder, when it comes to everything we've seen lately for the Outer Banks and the coastal erosion that we're dealing with in Buxton, does that make you uneasy, or are you guys sitting fine?
Absolutely not. I mean, to live down here and to have a business down here, that this is a risk that you're going to take. You just want to be prepared. You want to, and it's a year-round, thing that you prepare constantly for something that might happen. In the wintertime, we have nor'easters that come through that are just as bad, if not worse, than some of the storms that come through in the summer.
Yeah, I mean, we just, you just constantly are preparing and, talking to people and learning, what direction winds are coming from, where the water tends to rush from. And it's just been a big learning experience, but it's been fun. The community's been very impactful as far as sharing and welcoming us into the community.
Yeah. I mean, it really is that I think everybody kind of bands together because all of you are kind of in the same situation through the Outer Banks and when it comes to dealing with these coastal impacts. And as you mentioned, you're not just watching during hurricane season, you're watching year round for what the water could bring. So the inn is 100 years old, nearly 100 years old. As a homeowner of a home that is over 100 years, there's a lot of things that can go, things you learn about the house along the way. When it comes to resiliency and preparing the inn for each season and each year, what are some of the changes that you've made to make it more resilient?
The windows is definitely one, placing a lot of windows, shoring up outside to make sure any siding. We've been very blessed. We obviously around here, it doesn't rain up in north and south, it rains east and west. So any normal rainstorm does give us an opportunity to see if there's any weak points. But it's really windows. We've been blessed that, the outside itself is very strong, very stable. So outside of, just making sure what we see visually and then just reacting when something pops up randomly, which unfortunately, as almost a 100-year-old building, it doesn't always see it on the surface. It shows up later.
Definitely.
Can I ask you how business has been and approaching this busy season? Have you guys had plenty of reservations?
Definitely. Yes. We have been very busy, which we are very excited about. We have past guests that have come before and they want to see all the renovations. And we have new people that have never been to the Outer Banks or even to Hatteras Island that they're coming and visiting us for the first time and just loving it. So we are very blessed and very lucky that we've had so many people welcome us into the community and they love the new things that we're doing with the inn.
And as a Buffalo Bills fan, the community around the Buffalo Bills, it's insane. We're actually doing a couple of Bills weekends in the fall because everybody's like, we want to come and watch the game. So the overwhelming joy has just been a blessing.
I think you have to talk about the Knicks if you've been a Bills fan. I think it's the Knicks right now.
You're right.
We can do that too.
Yeah, we got you.
I think there's a game tonight.
Yeah, we had game one was successful for the New York Knicks, if that's who you're rooting for. What is it? Elmo said, I just want everybody to win. Everyone's upset with Elmo. But no, it's you get the Bills Mafia to travel. And the Outer Banks is such a beautiful part of the Eastern Seaboard. I guess you could argue that the cost for such a beautiful view is dealing with hurricane season, but you guys have found a way to get through it, and fingers crossed, right, that the season is a kind one. We appreciate you joining us, Holly and Jason Andrzejewski. Did I say that right? Did I say that right?
You're saying it right. Yes.
Okay. I'm also a ski. I married a ski.
I know. I was wondering if you were going to say that.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Enjoyed having you this morning.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, have a wonderful season.
Yeah, and we'll keep our fingers crossed for you too, because we don't want too much activity in the Atlantic this season.
Definitely not.
Yeah.